So, good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss about a problem on L section. So, basically, as informed in previous sessions, so all these sections basically they are called as geometric sections. So, each and every section will be having a particular area of cross section, and based on the shape of the cross section, these items are divided into different categories. So this we are going to talk about L section in this class. So as the name itself implies, so the area of cross section will appear in the form of a letter L. So the area of cross section is made in the form of a letter L. So therefore simply it is called as L section. So similarly, other sections are also made in different forms. So if the area of cross section is in the form of letter T, it is called as a T section. If it is made in the form of a letter L, it is called as L section. And sometimes it is made in the form of a letter I, it is called as I section. And finally, if it is made in the form of letter C, it is called as C section. Also, it's also referred to as channel section. So, depending upon the shape of the area of cross sections, depending upon the cross section of these items, so they are classified into different categories. T section, I section, C section, and finally this is L section. So as the name itself implies, this is made in the form of a letter L. So the cross section of this item will appear in the form of a letter L. So therefore it is called as L section. So friends, in this class, we will discuss about the calculations pertaining to L section. So calculation of X bar, calculation of Y bar, calculation of I11, calculation of I22, and ultimately calculation of IXX and calculation of IYY. So friends, these are the calculations to be made in the case of all items. Of course, in the case of L section also. So these are the calculations which we are supposed to make for solving these problems. And finally, this X bar and Y bar, they are referred to as coordinates of center of gravity. So center of gravity also sometimes called as centroid, and letter G is used for indicating the parameter, and it will be having two coordinates. So one is X coordinate denoted by X bar, and the other one is Y coordinate denoted by Y bar. So friends, we have to first of all basically we have to make the calculations of X bar and Y bar. So without making X bar and Y bar calculations, it is not possible to calculate the values of Ixx and Iyy. So without measuring the values of X bar and Y bar, it is not possible to calculate the values of Ixx and Iyy. So this, as mentioned just now, this X bar and Y bar are called as coordinates of center of gravity. Now X bar will be indicating the horizontal distance from two axes, and Y bar is used for representing vertical distance from one axis. So we have to measure X bar in horizontal direction on one axis, and from there we have to proceed in upward direction in vertical direction for a distance of Y bar. So ultimately we will be getting a point that is called as center of gravity, and the letter G is used for indicating this parameter called as center of gravity. So therefore, unless we calculate, unless you measure the values of X bar and Y bar, we cannot indicate these values on the figure. So after completion of the problem, we have to indicate the values of X bar and Y bar on the diagram. So therefore, initially we have to measure the values of X bar and Y bar. So friends, X bar, Y bar calculations are very essential for solving the problem, but also for measuring the values of Ixx and Iyy. So these questions will be given in the examination. That is now moment of inertia about the x-axis, that is called as Ixx, and moment of inertia about the y-axis, it is referred to as Iyy. So Ixx is used for indicating the moment of inertia about x-axis, and Iyy, it is used for indicating the moment of inertia about y-axis. So friends, you will be getting this question in the examination. Sometimes you will be asked to measure the value of Ixx only. Sometimes you will be asked to measure the value of Iyy only. And finally, in some problems, you will be asked to measure both the values, that is the values of Ixx and Iyy. So some problems only first question will be given in some problem, that is Ixx, measurement of Ixx. And second question will be given in some problems, such measurement of Iyy. Two questions will be given in some problems. Then we have to measure the values of Ixx, and also we have to measure the values of Iyy. So friends, these are the questions to be answered for these problems. So, moment of inertia, I value calculations of I values will be, asked in the problem. So unless we calculate the values of X bar and Y bar, we will not be in a position to measure the values of IXX and IYY. So friends, these are the questions likely to be asked in the examinations. Values of X bar, values of Y bar, values of, IXX and the values of IYY, and plotting all these things in the figure. So these are the things which we are supposed to do while solving problems in these topics. So friends, now we have to, discuss about the calculations of L section. So you can see the arrangement of L section that is given in the problem. So very nice slide given in this very nice figure shown in this slide. So using this figure, so we have to measure all the values, that is X bar, Y bar, IXX and IYY. So I have to make all these calculations. Now friends, as the name itself implies, looking at the figure, so it is the area of cross section is in the form of a letter L. So therefore, simply it is called as L section. Now friends, this L section is made of two components as shown very clearly in the figure. The first component denoted by capital A in the bottom of the figure, and second component denoted by capital B shown in the top of the figure. So friends, this L section basically it is made of two components only. So two components are sufficient for making this L section. Firstly, the horizontal component that is called as flange of the section. So it has to be placed in the bottom of the section. So because it is an L section, for providing the shape of a letter L, it has to be placed in the bottom portion. So this is called as flange of the section. So it is placed in the bottom portion. So therefore, it can be referred to as a bottom flange of the section. Friends, another component is placed in vertical position on the top of the bottom flange. It is placed in vertical position. So this can be denoted by capital B as shown in the figure. So this is obviously it is referred to as web of the section. So friends, in all the sections, generally horizontal components are referred to as flanges, and vertical components they are referred to as webs of the sections. So friends, this is made in the form of letter L. So for making the item in the form of a letter L, the flange has to be placed in the bottom portion. So it is called as bottom flange, denoted by capital A. And vertical component, that is web of the section, has to be placed in vertical position above the flange of the section. So that is denoted by capital A. So that is denoted by capital B. So flange of the section capital A is used for representing the flange of the section placed in horizontal position, and letter B for representing the web of the section placed in vertical position. So generally this, the web is welded with the, flange of the section. So it is ultimately, by doing so, it is taking the shape of a letter L. So that's why it is called as L section. So friends, as shown in the figure, so any section, not only L section, any section, it has to be divided into different components for doing this analysis. So all the sections must be divided into different components. So therefore, this is the L section. It is divided into two components. One is the horizontal component placed at the bottom of the figure, that is bottom flange. Vertical component placed on above the flange of the section. So that is called as web of the section. So friends, let us now finally look at the measurements. So some measurements are given, in horizontal direction, and some measurements given in vertical directions. So horizontal distances are used for indicating the B values of components, and vertical distances are used for indicating B values of components. So friends, this is the first component, the flange of the section, denoted by capital A. So, width of the flange is given as 10 centimeter, and depth of the flange is given as 2 centimeters. So B1 has to be taken as 10 centimeter, and D1 has to be taken as 2 centimeters for doing the problem and making calculations. Now, secondly, we can see the dimensions of the vertical component. So that's called as web of the section. So friends, width of the web is given as 4 centimeters, and depth of the web is given as 7 centimeters. So B2 has to be taken as 4 centimeters, and D2 has to be taken as 7 centimeter for making the calculations. So once again, I repeat, so as far as this problem is concerned, B1 should be taken as 10 centimeter. D1 has to be taken as 2 centimeter, and B2 will be equivalent to 4 centimeter, and D2 has to be taken as 7 centimeters. So selection of BD values is very, very important, my dear friends. So therefore, the section has to be suitably divided into, 2 or 3 components. And so unless you divide the section into different components, it is not possible to select the values of B and D. So if you do not split up the section into different components, it is not possible to write BD values for all these components. So BD values are very, very essential for solving problems. So we have to split up the section into different components, and you have to select BD values for each and every component. So this is the B value of first component. This is the D value of first component. Similarly, this is the B value of a second component, and this is the D value of second component. So friends, for doing this problem, B1 will be equivalent to 10 centimeter, D1 will be equivalent to 2 centimeter. Similarly, B2 will be equivalent to 4 centimeter, and D2 must be taken as 7 centimeter. So these are the basic figures to be selected for solving the problem. And friends, finally, this this total distance is given as 9 centimeter, but we are dividing the section into 2 components using a horizontal line. So therefore, this is the second component. So therefore, the depth of this component is written as 9 centimeter minus 2 centimeter. So this value is the value of 7 centimeter obtained by subtracting 2 centimeter from 9 centimeter. So friends, this is the way. Of course, always, as shown in this wonderful figure, always it is better to draw, dashed lines. The section has to be always split up into components by using horizontal lines only. And this is done in this problem. But selection of 7 centimeter, that is very, very important. So it is obtained by taking the difference of these two values, difference of 9 centimeter and 2 centimeter. So therefore, the depth of the second component must be taken as 7 centimeter. So friends, by mistake, if D2 is taken instead of 7 centimeter, if D2 is taken as 9 centimeter, by mistake, you will be going wrong in the examinations. So dividing the figure into different components and selecting BD values properly for each and every component. This is very, very essential for solving the problems. And friends, finally, a horizontal line has to be drawn at the bottom of the section for indicating 1, 1 axis. And a vertical line has to be drawn from the left-hand side of the section for indicating 2, 2 axis. So friends, without marking 1, 1 axis, you will not be in a position to indicate Y bar in this figure. Similarly, without marking 2 axis, it is not possible to indicate the value of X bar in this figure. So 1 axis and 2 axis are very essential for indicating the values of Y bar and X bar respectively. So therefore, friends, indication of these axes are very essential. One axis shown, horizontal one axis to be drawn, to be shown at the bottom of the figure. The vertical 2 axis to be shown on at the left hand side of the diagram. So friends, these are the major precautions to be taken before starting the problem. So dividing the figure into different components and selecting BD values, properly for each and every component, and indication of one axis in horizontal direction at the bottom of the figure, indication of 2 axis in vertical direction at the left hand side of the figure. So friends, these are the arrangements, these are the things which we are supposed to do, which you are supposed to do before starting the problem. So friends, now let us discuss about the calculations as told in the beginning of the class. So we have to make calculations of X bar and Y bar, and also we have to make the calculations of IXX and IYY. So these things are shown in the coming slides. So friends, let us move to the next slide for making the calculations. So friends, initially let us find out the values of Y bar and IXX. So Y bar is very essential for measuring IXX. Similarly, X bar is very essential for measuring the value of IYY. So first in this slide, let us discuss about the calculations of Y bar and IXX. So friends, for making these calculations, you have to prepare a table as already shown in the slide, consisting of 6 columns. The name of the component to be written in the first column. The second column for indicating A values for different components. That is the areas of different components. So it is a simple calculation. So area is obtained by taking the product of B and D values of individual components. So friends, first column to be used for writing the names of the components. Second column for writing the A values of components. And thirdly, we have to write down the Y values of all these components. And in this column, fourth column, we have to write down the values of AY. So fourth column to be used for writing down AY values of different components. So AY is very simple so far as calculation is concerned. It's obtained by taking the product of A and Y already available in second and third columns. So this column for indicating AY values of components, and the next column for indicating AY square values of different components. And friends, calculation of AY square is also very, very easy. You take the value of AY, you take the value of Y, AY into Y coming to AY square. So therefore, it's very easy to measure AY square values for all these components. So this column is used, last but one column used for indicating the values of AY square, or indicating AY square values of all the components. And finally, the last column is used for writing down the I self values of the various components. Friends, this is given by a formula that is BD cubed by 12. Simply you substitute the values of B and D of individual sections in this formula. So you take the values of BD values of first component and substitute in this equation, you get the first value, and take the BD values of second component, substitute in the same formula, you will be getting the second value. So friends, these are the, this is the table which you are supposed to prepare. So table consisting of names of components, areas of components, Y values of components, AY values of components, AY square values of components, and I self values of components. So friends, this is a wonderful table used for making all these calculations. This is total figures, sigma A, which is called as sigma A, and this is sigma AY, and this is sigma AY square, and sigma I self. So ultimately, all these total figures are shown in the bottom of the table are ultimately used for measuring the values of IXX. Initially, they are used for measuring I11 values, and finally, they are used for measuring the values of IXX. So, friends, preparation of this table, this kind of table with these headings, very, very essential for measuring the values of Y bar and also the values of IXX. Now, friends, as discussed in the previous slide, the figure that is given in the previous slide. So width of the first component is given as 10 centimeter and depth is given as 2 centimeter. And similarly, width of the second component is 4 centimeter. Width of the depth of the second component is shown as 7 centimeter. So it's always better to write how you got this 10 into 2, that will be equivalent to 20. 2 into 10 will be also equivalent to 20, but 10 has to be written in the first place and 2 will be coming in the second place. That means the width of the component has to be written in the first place. Depth of the component has to be written in the second place. Similarly, width of this component has to be written in the first place and the depth of the component has to be written in the second place. So finally, friends, by writing, clearly within these values, within the brackets, you will be selecting BD values properly for measuring the values of I self. So friends, for measuring the I self of the first component, it's a formula. It has to be written as 10 into 2 cube by 12. So if you make that calculation, you will be getting this correct figure. And similarly, in this case, it has to be written as a 4 into 7 cube by 12. So then only you will be getting the correct value. So writing the BD values within brackets will help us to select these values properly in this equation. Otherwise, instead of B, you are taking the value of D. Instead of D, you are taking the value of B. You will be going wrong while measuring I self value. So instead of going back and referring the figure, it's always better to write down BD values within the brackets, and so that very easily and carefully and correctly we can select the values of BD in this equation. Ultimately, you will be in a position to, do, correct calculations. So friends, these are the precautions to be taken while preparing these tables. Now friends, finally selection of Y values. So first component is lying on the, base lying on, 1 axis. So depth of the first component is 2 centimeter. To take 50% of that value, so it is coming to 1 centimeter. Now, for calculating the Y value for the second component, so you take the total depth of the first component, you are moving in upward direction. So you take the total depth of the first component and also half of the depth of this second component. So this is equivalent to 2 centimeter, and half of this value is 3.5 centimeter. So 2 plus 3.5, it will be coming to 5.5 centimeters. So friends, Y value for the first component will be equivalent to 1 centimeter. The Y value for the second component, using this rule, Y value for the second component must be taken as 5.5 centimeters. So friends, selection of Y values is also very, very important. So if you don't select these values properly, so here you make AY calculations, here you have to make AY square calculations. So unless you write down the proper values of Y, so you will not make correct calculations so far as AY and AY square are concerned. So for getting correct values of AY and AY square, so we have to, obtain correct values of Y for all the components, different components present in the section. So friends, this can be called as A1, this can be called as A2, this is Y1, this is Y2, this is A1, Y1, this is A2, Y2, A1, Y1 square, A2, Y2 square, and I self of the first component, this is the I self of the second component. So friends, you can make all these calculations. So selection of BD values is very, very important while making I self calculations. And also selection of D values is very, very important for writing the Y values of these components. So these are the crucial things which we are supposed to remember. So friends, I add up all these values, you get a sigma A, add up all these values, sigma AY, and this is the value of sigma AY square, and this is the value of sigma, I self. So we got all the figures. Now Y bar is given as sigma AY by sigma A, So sigma AY is 174 and sigma A is 48. So that will be coming to 3.625 centimeter. So it has to be measured in vertical direction from 1 axis. So friends, Y bar is obtained by preparing tables and making all these calculations. Y bar, this is our first question. It is obtained as 625 centimeters. So this is the way of doing Y bar calculations. And friends, secondly, we have to find out the value of I11. So it is given by this formula. So here we need I self and also the value of sigma AY square. So I self, sigma I self, we have measured the values. Here we have measured both these values. So I self is 121, AY square is 867. That is sigma AY square, that is 867. So club these values, it is coming to 988 centimeter 4. So the value of I11 is given as 988 centimeter to the power of 4. Finally, friends, we have to measure the value of IXX. So for measuring the value of IXX, we have this formula. So I11 is written as IXX plus sigma A into Y bar square. So just now we have measured the value of I11 and we know the value of capital A, that is 48 centimeter square. And also we have measured the value of Y bar as 3.625. So the friends, we know the value of I11, we know the value of sigma A, we know the value of Y bar. So we can easily measure Y bar square. Ultimately, knowing all these values, we'll be in a position to measure the value of IXX. So make these calculations. It's 988 minus 48 into 3.625 whole square. So make all these calculations. So it will be coming to 357.25. So friends, IXX is given as 357.25 centimeter 4 centimeter 4. So friends, this is the way of measuring. So in the using, we have prepared this wonderful simple table. Firstly, we have measured the value of Y bar. Secondly, we have measured the value of I11. And finally, we have measured the value of IXX, that is asked in the problem. So friends, without measuring Y bar, we cannot measure IXX. Without measuring I11 also, we cannot measure IXX. So therefore, indication of I11 and indication of I22 very, very essential for solving problems on these topics. So friends, we have measured values of Y bar and IXX. So finally, friends, this L section, it is neither symmetrical about x-axis nor symmetrical about y-axis. So therefore, we have to do both the calculations, that is y bar and IXX calculations, which we have done in the previous slide. Also, separately, we have to make the calculations of x bar and IYY. So then only you will be in a position to get the final answers. So friends, for measuring these values, for measuring the values of x bar and IYY, so I have to prepare this table. So this table is similar to the previous table, but only thing is instead of y values, you will be taking, x values. So because we have to measure the value of x bar and ultimately we have to measure the value of I. So instead of taking y values as done in the previous slide, so here we have to take the x values only for making these calculations. So friends, first column for indicating the name of the component, second column for indicating the areas of components, third column for indicating x values, fourth column for indicating ax values, fifth column for indicating ax square values, sixth column for indicating I self values. And friends, for doing this IYY calculations, I self must be taken as a dB cube by 12. So in the previous slide, I self is taken as BD cube by 12. Now it has to be taken as a dB cube by 12. So B values written in the left hand side, D values written in the right hand side. So therefore, it has to be written as 2 into 10 cube by 12. Then only you will be getting this value. And here it has to be written as 7 into 4 cube by 12. So then only you will be getting the second value. So selection of BD values, whether it is previous slide or this slide, selection of BD values is very, crucial, essential. Selection of proper values, proper BD values, very essential for making these calculations. There it is written as BD cube by 12 and here it is written as dB cube by 12. So we have to select these values properly. So it has to be written within the brackets. D values to be written in the left hand side, D values to be written in the right hand side. So if you write these values in this manner, so you will not be going wrong while making substitutions of dB values. Ultimately, you will be getting the correct figures of I self values. And friends, finally, selection of x values is very important. It has to be measured from two axes. It has to be measured from two axes. So this both the components are touching the two axes. So therefore, for getting this x value, take 50% of this value, that is width of the first component. So width of the first component is 10 centimeter. Take 50% of that value, it will be coming to 5 centimeter. So it is resting on two axes. So therefore you need not make any additions. So directly the width of the first component is given as 10 centimeter as shown in the figure. Take 50% of that value, that is B1 by 2. So it will be coming to 5 centimeter. So it is taken as X1. X1 has to be taken as 5 centimeters as far as this problem is concerned. And similarly, my dear friends, this second component, the vertical component, it is also resting on two axes. And width of that component is given as 4 centimeter. So take 50% of that value. So it will be coming to 2 centimeter. That's why X2 has to be selected. X2 has to be taken as 2 centimeter. So friends, for this arrangement, for the configuration given the problem, X1 must be taken as 5 centimeter, X2 must be taken as 2 centimeter. So friends, selection of BD value is very essential for doing I self calculation. And selection of X value is very essential for doing AX calculations and also for doing AX square calculations. So if you select the wrong values of X, we get wrong values of AX and also we get wrong values of AX square. So proper selection of X values, very important. Proper selection of BD values, that's also very essential for solving the problem. So friends, 20 into 5 coming to 100, 100 into 5 again 500, 28 into 2 coming to 56, 56 into 2, AX into X, AX square, again it is coming to 112. So like that, we can find out all these values for these two components and add up these values to get the value of sigma A. And here we have the value of sigma AX, and this is the value of sigma AX square, and this is the value of sigma I self. These values are very important for making these calculations. X bar is given as AX by A. So AX is obtained as 156, A value is 48. So it is 156 by 48 it's coming to 3.25 centimeters. So this is measured from 2 axis, and so therefore X bar is given as obtained. X bar is obtained as 3.22 centimeters. So friends, this is another answer. We have to measure the values of Y bar and X bar. So we measured the value of Y bar in the previous slide. Now we have measured the value of X bar. So friends, let us find out the value of I22. It is just like in the previous slide. I22 is given as I self plus AX square. So I self is 204. The AX square is 612. So add up these two figures. It is obtained as 816 centimeter 4. And we have one more formula for measuring IYY, the value of IYY. So I22 is written as IYY plus sigma A into X bar square. So we know the value of I22, we know the value of capital A, we know the value of X bar. So we have found out all these values in these places. To substitute all these values in this formula, happily, automatically, you will be in a position to measure the value of IYY. So it is written as I22 minus A into X bar square. I22 is 816. We got this value. A is 48. We got this value. X bar is 3.25. We got this value. So whole square. So we can find out that value. And ultimately, you will be in a position to measure the value of IYY. So it is obtained as 309 centimeter to the power of 4. So friends, in the previous slide, we have measured the value of Y bar, we have measured the value of I11, and we have ultimately measured the value of IXX. And similarly, friends, in this slide, we have measured the value of X bar, we have measured the value of I22, and ultimately we have measured the value of IYY. So friends, these are the calculations to be made for solving problems on any section, but the L section is given in the problem. So we have to make all these calculations. So it is neither symmetrical about x-axis nor symmetrical about y-axis. So we have prepared two tables, one table for measuring Y bar and IXX, another table for measuring X bar and IYY. So friends, this is the way of doing calculations. Now finally, we got the values of X bar, we got the values of Y bar. So it can be plotted in the figure that is given in the problem. So draw a horizontal line passing through the centroid. So it is called as XX axis. And draw a vertical line passing through the centroid. So it is called as a YY axis. So friends, by making all these calculations, we can indicate the values of X bar and Y bar in the figure. Also, we can indicate the values of XX and indicate the XX axis and also YY axis. So indication of both these axes can be made in the figure after doing all these calculations. So thank you so much, friends, for watching the section.